What have you guys developed to kind of get at this problem? How scientific is it?
You know, you started to hit on it in your introduction. I think we're in a similar place on social with ESG than we were with climate and environmental, I would say several years ago. It's all about data, data, data. We are hearing from our clients. They want to be invested in companies that are promoting diversity. They want to be invested in companies that treat their employees well. They want to be invested in companies where the actual products and services that they're delivering are good for. Is how do you get a consistent data? And we're certainly making strides. Board diversity, I think, is a great example. Many of our clients want to be leaning in to companies, for example, that have at least one woman on the board. And we're also seeing that paralleled in our stewardship activities. But clients are going deeper. They're pushing harder, saying, okay, well, it's great that you have a woman on your board, but what about the gender pay gap throughout the organization? What about the number of women in management positions? And so what we're really seeing is an escalation of these conversations and, quite frankly, a real sophistication amongst our clients in the type of data that they want to see.
Yeah, and so is that data available to you, Margaret? In other words, the stuff that the investors, the institutions want to see, can you get it from the portfolio companies that you might want to invest in?
So it's evolving. It's getting better. So right now we have 90% of companies in the S&P 500 that are reporting some ESG metrics. Now that might be, and it's unfortunate that we tend to clump all those things together. That includes companies who are, for example, reporting on their carbon footprint, even though you could know absolutely nothing about their diversity. So that 90%, I would say of that percentage, it's a pretty small portion that provide very thorough data on diversity and workforce. But we are seeing a lot of companies commit to start releasing their EEO-1 data, right? They're already collecting that data for the government. They've had to do it for a significant amount of time. They've built practices about it. So what we're seeing is companies start to release that data. But is it the majority of the S&P 500, for example, at this stage? It's not.
Margaret, as you go beyond things like board diversity and into more political issues, the S is where I think a lot of people get concerned about the ESG movement for politicizing companies and investing and not necessarily always representing their views. How should companies deal with this in making sure that if there's one investor base that is pushing them to move in one direction, perhaps engaging on social issues in one way, but others feel differently, how do they sort of, on the one hand, meet the ESG criteria that the investing class is pushing for without, alienating part of their either employee base or customer base?
I think it's an excellent question. And I think one of the simple ways to think about it is to really root it in performance. And again, I'll make an analogy here between what we're seeing in environmental and what we're seeing in social. On the environmental side, it's well understood at this point that by focusing on companies that understand sort of where they stand in terms of climate transition, how they need to evolve their practices, how they need to evolve their manufacturing, they're avoiding significant risk in terms of regulatory pressure, increased costs. And so leaning into those companies is not just value aligned, it's also going to create alpha and value. Similarly, on the social side, there's been a significant amount of research. McKinsey did a pretty popular piece that gets cited all the time, that organizations that have diverse leadership, which benefit from a diverse set of perspectives, tend to outperform. Similarly, companies who provide their employees with appropriate benefits, companies that at the most basic foundational level are avoiding human rights violations. These are things that we also think drive performance. So I think one can step away from some of the political issues and understand that a lot in the E and equally in the S is about driving performance.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.